Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles the Bandsman, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got an excellent show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So, this is going to be an interesting one. Before we even get into that, please make sure you follow me on Instagram. My handle is CTABANZ. Make sure y'all follow me on there. So, as you guys know, Stephen A. Smith made news about 2 days ago because there was an image and some footage of him, I think, during Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Was it Game 3? No, Game 4 of the NBA Finals, where he was in attendance covering the game, and he was caught playing solitaire during a live game, right? When instead he's supposed to be watching the game because he gives a pregame analysis, a halftime show, and then the postgame analysis. It was like, how are you going to give an analysis of a game that you're not even watching and you're live in the arena, right? I think I heard Stephen A. Smith responded online saying it was halftime. Then they pull up the video. It wasn't halftime. They were playing. So there was that, right? But there's also been this storyline of Stephen A. Smith trying to make himself as big as the sport. Sometimes you see him walking into the arena. Some people be commenting in videos like, some think he think he's coming to play the game, right? So people used to joke about this, right? So I was just minding my business, and I was on the internet here, and I came across an article from Awful Announce, and it was centered on some comments that David Sampson made, right? David Sampson is part of DraftKings. Sometimes you'll see him on the Dan Patrick, is it the Dan Lebitard show? He'll make appearances on there as well, right? So he was reacting to this story, right? And as he's reacting to it, he then goes off on this tangent about Stephen A. Smith, why he tries to make himself the biggest storyline of the NBA Finals over the NBA Finals himself. And I'm like, yo, he is tearing this dude apart right now. He is ravaging this dude. But before I even get into what he had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. PrizePicks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week on PrizePicks, I'm looking at the upcoming NBA schedule and selecting Stephen Curry for more than 29 points and Kevin Durant for more than 27 points and Anthony Davis for more than 12 rebounds and Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you'll love PrizePicks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what I want to do is I want to play what he had to say. I actually thought it was pretty funny. And then want to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what he had to say here.
Stephen A. Smith got torched, and I mean Torched. He was in the middle of a game where he's being paid $20 million to be the halftime guy, the pregame show guy, the postgame show guy. He's thinking of running for president. A lot going on in the world. I'm gone for a weekend, and quite a few things happened off the field this weekend. And someone over his shoulder took a picture and a video of Stephen A. Smith playing solitaire on his phone during the NBA game. Now, raise your hand if you do not live in a glass house. Just asking. I'm asking if every one of you pays complete full attention during the course of your day. You're not checking your personal email. You're not going on the apps. You're not going on social media. You're not going to Amazon. That you are locked in. And I mean locked in. Me defending Stephen A. Smith is laughable. Defending someone who I think is a complete blowhard, who does not have complete conviction in all his feelings and wants to just make sure that he can get clipped and aggregated. By the way, I am genuflecting in your general direction to get 20 million to do what you do. Believe me, that's a path on it. He's playing solitaire during the NBA Finals games. Then someone catches him. Then he tweets, I don't know what y'all talking about. It was during timeouts. The cover-up's always worse than the crime. I have no idea why he would tweet that, since it was clearly because the person who took the video panned out, by the way, the game was going on. Here's an idea of what Stephen A. Smith could have said. I'll do whatever I damn well please during the course of a game. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about what is going on around the NBA with ESPN, with the NBA Finals. The fact that Indiana was trying to take a 3-1 lead in Game 4. The fact that Indiana is a story of how teams are put together that got manifested only 2 days later when a trade was made by a team, Orlando, who wants to do exactly what Indiana's doing, hence copycat league. If it works for Indiana, let's make it work for Orlando. The gravitas, and I use that word understanding, that there are wars going on, there is genocide going on, there is misunderstanding going on, there's hate, there's death, there's shootings. I understand all that is going on off the field. But right now on the field, the job of the broadcaster is to give the proper weight and gravitas to that which they are presenting to you. This is not a Tuesday in the middle of the season. This is not a January 17th game. This is the NBA Finals. My background, old guy or not, is when our friend Bob Costas is setting up an NBA Finals game for you in the 90s, you think that not only is this appointment viewing, but you think, my God, they could be splitting the atom here. You think you're about to see drama in a way that you would expect a curtain to be the precursor to the feeling that you're about to have. You are about to be entertained in a way that merits the amount of money you are paying if you're in person and the amount of time you're spending if you are watching on television. My biggest complaint about Stephen A. Smith, about ESPN, is every single game of the NBA Finals, in my mind, forget the digital signage, which was totally botched. My view is that there is not that sort of excitement, that sort of drama, that this series has been full of drama. We've got a Game 5 tonight, which is really Game 1 in a 2 out of 3. Go back to the days when I was young and 66% of you were not even born. And the first round of the NBA playoffs, and Coca will not believe me, but then he'll look and he'll say, my God, you're just old. The first round of the NBA playoffs used to be a 2 out of 3. The most amazing thing about a 2 out of 3, and it was first round, but the most amazing thing is, yikes, you got to win Game 1. This is the NBA Finals. This is tied at 2 with the Game 5 coming up this evening. Do I think the story should be about Stephen A. talking about Tyrese Halliburton getting into another fight with a player? Because that's what you're all watching. You're all clicking it. You're all eating alive all of the ridiculousness off-court stuff that's being fed to you. Why do you think ESPN keeps doubling down on personalities who just yell into the microphone about nonsense with no knowledge of anything? Stephen A. is not understanding of what's going on because he doesn't do it. Stephen A. isn't the story. He's supposed to be the presenter of the story.
So you heard what he had to say. What are my thoughts about this? I think he makes a good point. Look, Stephen A. Smith has a huge ego, right? He always tries to make things about himself. He believes he's the center of attention. Hence the reason why he went off on that tangent when he was going at Tyrese Halliburton, when he felt like some comments were directed to him and started turning into, I'm not going anywhere and all of this. I'm like, yo, bro, what are we doing, man? You're talking about the athletes, bro. Don't yes, you play an integral role in the whole dynamic of sports, the athletes, the media and all of that. But come on, bro. Stop with the, they talking about me and and this is the thing that LeBron said. He was like, when he went at Stephen A. Smith, he's like, Stephen A. Smith trying to act like not happy that LeBron went at him. It's true. Son do be getting off from the fact that people call him out, because it gives him an opportunity to go on his bully pulpit and get at cats. That's what he does. Don't try to act like I said they don't know what they're talking about. Now, for him, David Sampson, to be taking it this far, it says that it's something that he has noticed, and I think a lot of people have noticed. Look, folks, ESPN has been under serious criticism over its coverage of the NBA Finals. People think they're doing a horrible job. They just don't like them. As a matter of fact, I think they're switching over tonight for the next game. I think it's going to be covered by ABC, because I don't know why the switch, but they feel like they're doing an abysmal job. They think their halftime shows are horrible. They don't really give any analysis. They don't know how to really hype up the game. And when you're listening to the in-game commentary, you're like, yeah, this is okay, but they could do better, which is one of the reasons why me and a lot of people were stunned when they let go of Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, because they were a really good crew at calling the game alongside Mike Breen. So for them to do that, I think it was a total mess, and it's a mistake, and you're seeing that they're paying for it. We did a show reacting to some reports, that they're thinking about replacing Doris Burke at the end of these NBA Finals, right? People were talking about it. Rick Carlisle spoke about it. Richard Jefferson spoke about it. Some of them tried to turn it into a moment of virtue signaling. But anyway, ESPN has been under some criticism in terms of Stephen A. Smith trying to make bro, that's your man, bro. That's your man, bro. That is your man's. Some of you on there trying to beef with NBA players and all of this. I'm like, I get it if you can have an opinion and push back at guys, but bro, like, you respond to more subliminals than a rapper, bro. Like, it's every little thing ain't about you. Every little thing, bro. But that's Stephen A. Smith. I'm sure if he gets a whiff of what this guy had to say, he probably gonna respond to him too. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We'll catch you guys on the next show. I'm out. Peace.